East Texas Hot Rod, Rico Avery, Curb Agajanian Racing, Whiskey Myers, ArcZone.com, number 24, Rico Avery.
Chase, tonight we had another chapter to the storybook here at Eldora Speedway that's so rich in sprint car racing history and dirt track racing history. Talked about at the top of the show, 1954, this place was built. Earl Baltus and Bernice Baltus opened it up. The fall of 2004, Tony Stewart purchased the racetrack and has owned it since then. Tonight, the 22nd sprint car six-figure payday here. This racetrack, the original. Five-figure payday, $50,000.
Might be only one race tonight. I think there's only one race. This one.
A historical big one, and tonight, number 22 is Ashton Torgerson into the pit area and back out of the pit area, chasing the 1A.
I think this is the race right here.
Racing 1A. Tony, what do you got?
The automatic
Larson starts taking.
rear that helps
This is
teams
the last
regulate
race?
the desired amount of air
Well,
pressure
for
that
today.
those rear Hoosier tires keep in them during the course of these
Winner
races.
gets all the
rear
money.
bleeder apparently not even plugged in or possibly needing to just be reconnected. That was the reason for the quick stop and go for Ashton Torgerson.
So it's scheduled to start 20th. So he will drop back just 2 rows.
Ooh.
Due to that issue, as now the drivers catch up to the Eldora Speedway pace truck here on the front straightaway. A little bit of water applied to the surface there before the cars came on the track.
The middle up, left the bottom alone.
One of the most fascinating things about dirt track racing, maybe the most fascinating thing, is watching the throughout the night.
Mama's making
We've already
banana
seen it
bread.
get up next to the wall.
And if this is your first time watching
Yeah.
sprint car racing, you saw it. The first C main of the night a couple hours ago, we were just a couple lines off the bottom, and now you look to turn number 1 and we're inches off the wall.
A couple guys already have gotten into the wall. That's how close they rim ride around the Big E. Drivers finding their proper starting position before we get underway for what is the 400,000 to win race of the 2025 season here in the United States. Looks like everybody's in their proper starting spot. Waiting on
One
a few
more time
things
around.
before
Green flag.
we send them off.
What a unique story on that front row with Rico Avery and Kyle Larson. Been friends for a
The
long time.
race.
Kyle introducing Rico to the race
Yeah.
early on, and Rico's
Let's hope he
one
has
heck of a
something.
career.
To win this one, you're going to have to be...
Eldora Speedway.
No, another one more lap after
To
this
the
one.
high limit room.
At least one more lap.
Cha-ching!
Nah, this is high limit. They don't do that.
Oh!
We've got
Which one they do the
They do 4 wide, but they don't do the cha-ching. They don't do that for high limit. No, that's for dirt vision. I mean, World of Outlaws.
No. High limit, they do
High
that.
limit?
Yes.
Oh, well, maybe they're not doing it now because it's a mix. This is one of the ones where high limit and outlaws are mixed together.
Oh. I didn't know that.
But high limit's putting it on, but a lot of the outlaw cars are there. So it's kind of a mixture.
Is Larson
Usually
there?
the outlaw cars don't
Yes,
run.
right there.
The outlaws can't run with high limit unless they're invited.
Oh. Larson.
But that's why they're called outlaws. They're not stuck with any one organization.
breaking off the full
They can go where they want, but high limit is stuck with high limit. You got to sign up to do high limit only.
In row 1, Logan Shaw.
That's why they made a big fit, because they disqualified the other guy yesterday. David Gravel. His front wing was 3/4 of an inch further up than it's supposed to be, and that makes the car have more downforce. So he finished second, but they disqualified him. And people were all mad, because the high limit official, of course. But they say, well, over in the Outlaws, maybe they don't check the front wing, but here we do, you know. If it had been off by really close, we wouldn't have said nothing, but it was off by like 3/4 of an inch. Larson's starting
Right
second.
there.
Yeah, I know, right? So
Second.
looking at steal.
Oh!
Oh, Brad.
What?
Whoa.
Holy crap!
That's a big one.
Oh my gosh!
Brad Sweet's car looks like it's in pieces.
Oh my gosh!
A terrible crash. The
I hope
first
he's
corner of the
okay. Oh
championship car.
golly!
And that was a
The
hard
tail tank off of the
Dang!
Plus and Marshall Racing 7 BC.
Dang, I got a goosebump. Gosh.
A lot of damage to those cars
Oh
down
my
there as
gosh.
Tyler Courtney's car, along with, I believe that is Brad Sweet down there as well, potentially Buddy Kofoid.
The car got
Is
smashed.
still upside down. As the Eldora Speedway safety officials make their way over to turn 1 to check on the drivers and assist them.
Dang, that's horrible.
Looks like they're trying to get him out of there first.
Dang.
The other one's upside
We'll
down
give you
down there,
updates
but
on the driver's
apparently
condition once we get them.
that's the one they're really
There's an incident
worried
that's
about.
taking place here on lap 1 of the Joker's Jackpot feature event involving
Oh, now they're going.
Hunter
Okay, so he must be
Schoenberg,
okay.
Brad Sweet, along with Tyler Courtney, Bill
That one,
Baylog, and a couple
Brad
of
Sweet
other
worried
drivers
him
as well.
more though. They want to make sure he can get him out
We are
of
receiving word from Tony Laporta down there in turn 1 that Bill Baylog is out of the car and under his own power. So Bill Baylog has climbed out of the 17B in turn 1. Waiting to hear updates on the condition of Tyler Courtney and Brad Sweet as well.
Dang. Some of the
Buddy
big racers,
Kofoid
man.
calling out of the Rock Motorsports 83.
Why are they all clapping?
Because when the driver's okay, when they announce that the driver got out of the car and he's okay, then they clap.
So still
They're glad that he's okay.
does sound like Buddy Kofoid has popped out of the top of the Rock Motorsports 83.
You got chilled. Surprise you, shock you. Oh, it didn't shock me, really. I see.
Hard to tell. I believe that's Brady Bacon, the other car that's sitting there next to Hunter Schoenberg to the left.
Correct.
Brady Bacon,
Of the
that wouldn't surprise
ambulance.
me.
And so safety crews are working with Tyler Courtney down in turn number 1, the former Kings Royal champion, multi-time winner here with the USAC National Sprint Cars as well as the midgets and the silver
I got it.
That's
car.
the thing about this track. Dangerous. It's fast.
Many of those drivers involved in this incident starting up towards the front
Here
of the
comes
field.
another ambulance.
Tyler Courtney started 10th. Buddy Kofoid started 9th. Bill Baylog started in 12th. Brad Sweet started in the 14th position.
Hunter Schoenberg 18th.
And Brady Bacon started back in 21st. And there's a look at Brad Sweet. I think he may have went underneath of a car, and that is why the wing has been torn off the top of that bottom
maybe.
parts number 49.
We saw Buddy Kofoid out talking with safety crew members at the bottom of the racetrack there just a moment ago.
Maybe his
Rock
wing just
Motorsports
got basically knocked
83
off.
car.
Might have went under somebody.
Brad Sweet will certainly be
They were
heading
up
towards
in
the
the
work area here in just a few moments. Safety crews continue to clean up in turn 1 and check on Tyler Courtney. We'll have an update for you after this break.
Brad Sweet staying in the car.
And you see what is left of Bill Baylog's car as it gets dropped off at the trailer on the inside of the back straightaway. Actually, see, that's on the inside of the front straightaway. As safety crews are still working with Tyler Courtney, the driver of the 7BC, down in turn number 1. Once we do get an update, we will pass that along to you. A couple other drivers that are still sitting over there. Brady Bacon, his car is severely damaged, and there is the 83, what's left of Buddy Kofoid's machine.
Oh man, Buddy Kofoid's one of the top ones too, for sure.
Kofoid's had a fantastic year when it comes to the World of Outlaws
Not
side of
today.
things in their sprint car series.
Picked up a win with Kubota High Limit Racing at Eagle.
He did a $55,000 win in Nebraska. As you see, the very well-trained Eldora Speedway safety crew.
Yeah, we're lucky to have them here. One of the best safety crews in the country.
No doubt about that. Potentially some fence repair taking place as well down in the first corner, as a couple of cars may have caught that.
You know, replay of that one.
So once again, an incident here on lap number 1 of the Joker's Jackpot has put us under a red flag condition as we await to hear the condition of the driver involved, Tyler Courtney.
And they were saying they want people to tune in to FS1 tonight instead of
Sounds like
watching
Tony
it on
Laporta
Flow,
has caught up with one of the
because
drivers that was in that incident.
FS1 is just testing it out to see what kind of viewers they get. If they got enough viewers in FS1, then they would all the races would become free on FS1.
That
They would start
that
carrying
work.
it. So even
Does
the
one
announcers
big
here
one, I
said,
think,
yeah,
but,
flip over to
just
FS1
feel
and watch
really
it
bad
tomorrow
for
night.
my team and
We want
and
them to have
everyone
good
else
ratings.
that got involved and hope everyone else is okay first and foremost.
So everybody's
I don't really
watching
know
it.
100% what happened. Went into the corner and then
The more they watch it, the better chance you get of watching it on regular TV.
I didn't see him until I was already over him.
Well,
so
this is a test for FS1.
just feeling really bad, and you know, like I said, just hope everyone's okay, and just feel bad for my Roth Motorsports guys. Felt like we had a good car yesterday, and was really excited for today, but just bummed that we don't really get to show anything for it.
We're glad you're okay. Thanks for talking.
Thank you.
That's Pengrove, California's Michael Buddy Kofoid. He walks away from the scene of the accident down here, guys, in turn number 1. And yes, disappointment for sure, as they had a very, very fast Roth Motorsports.
Not tonight. Tonight's an
As you
FS1
see that
special.
car now getting picked up off of the ground by the tow truck, and many of you are probably wondering if there was a replay available. We will not be providing a replay until we understand the condition of the drivers.
Yeah.
All the drivers involved, make sure that they are in stable condition, and so no replays up until we do away the condition of the drivers. So that is what is going on. Still working with Tyler Courtney down there.
Buddy Kofoid, Dylan Buswell, the crew chief on the Roth Motorsports 83, they have really formed quite the pairing and been super fast. You mentioned it, second in outlaw points, and have raced with Kubota High Limit Racing a little bit this season, picked up a win, and Buddy has just been locked in the past couple of months inside a sprint car.
He certainly has been. He's just been super consistent. As we get a look at Hunter Schoenberg's car making its way down the pit lane here towards the work area. He's about to go by Bill Balog's car, which is on your screen right now. You'll see that 55 pop into the frame on the bottom.
Dennis Gregg, one of the crew members there on Bill Balog's car. On the right are your right side. And TLP, Hunter's car rolling down pit road.
That car looks all kind of
Yeah,
twisted.
Blake, I can't
The
report
whole
that
back
he
end looks
is
like
going
this
to
way.
stay behind the wheel of that Vermeer number 55. He just wanted to stay in that car. They take it back to the trailer. Not sure what that crew is going to decide to do as far as attempting to repair and get back onto the track. There's a good look at it for folks here at the Speedway on the big screen and everybody back at home watching. But Hunter Schoenberg was
They grabbed
communicating
another
and
wing,
just chose
front
to
wing.
stay in that race car himself. So that's the state on the 55 as they make it back into the work area here.
Thank you very much, Tony Laporta, and the work area right on the front stretch. So a good view for your race fans here on the front stretch. You get a look at the Tony and Jen Vermeer own 55, two-car team for them this year. Clinton Boyle's the crew chief on this car. Clinton's at the front of the car with the hat on the right front. Several teams participating, and that's the beautiful thing about sprint car racing, Chase, that we see so often. Many sports, you think it's every team for themselves, but in sprint car racing, definitely not the case. When teams are in the work area, it is all hands on deck for every single team helping any car that rolls into the work area.
And we might be getting another car down there. Brady Bacon's car is at least pointed that direction, so we'll see if that is indeed the case for the Macho Man. And we do have an update on the condition of Tyler Courtney. He is out of the car. He is conscious. He is talking with safety officials down there. They're going to take him in the back of the ambulance to get further checked out. And so that is the update on the driver of the 7BC down in turn 1. Out of the car, conscious, alert, talking with officials, but going to be taking a ride in the ambulance to get checked out. Good news down there, Blake.
Absolutely great to hear Tyler Courtney communicating with the phenomenal safety crew. And Eldora Speedway, how about a round of applause for our safety team here? Some of the best in the business. Tyler's in good hands.
The work area about to get a little bit busier as well, as we do see Brad Sweet and the Nap Auto Parts number 49 making his way slowly around turns 3 and 4 without the wing on top of the car, and going to be down there to the attention of his crew. Tony Laporta, are you down there checking it out?
Yeah, Chase, you're right. The work area down here is about to get very busy. Hunter Schoenberg's number 55 already been receiving some attention. Brad Sweet brings the topless Casey Kane Racing Nap Auto Parts number 49 to a stop. That is team crew chief Ty Wolfgang on the top of the right rear corner of that race car going to work. They're going to replace the wing tree and everything needed to put on a new top wing for Brad Sweet here. And then just ahead of them, off the front bumper of last year's Kubota High Limit Racing Series champion, Brady Bacon's number 21 H crew is also laying out with a top wing and a front end assembly, waiting for Bacon to arrive in the work area. Quick work going on here, though, for Brad Sweet. Remember, no championship points are awarded here at the Joker's Jackpot, the two-night show at the Eldora Speedway. But that doesn't stop Brad Sweet and his 6th-time National 410 Wing Sprint Car team and the teams in the work area from helping get him back out onto the racetrack. Quick work going on here. They're going to have to bend some tabs back at the top of that roll cage to be ready to take that new top wing on. We're going to move over here and check on Hunter Schurenberg and see exactly what they're trying to get fixed up for the driver out of the Missouri state. Looks like some attention being paid to the nose wing. Here at Eldora Speedway, this fast half mile requires all the aerodynamic grip these cars can create, so you cannot have a weak link when it comes to how the top wing or the front wing talks to the chassis and pushes those 4 Hoosier tires down into the dirt. These drivers need absolutely all the aerodynamic downforce they can get, so trying to make sure the nose wing for Schurenberg is sturdy and ready to withstand the speeds that it'll have to negotiate once they go back to green flag racing. And now Brady Bacon.
Oh, we didn't see the B main.
Oklahoma.
I see
to the attention
the B main.
of his
David
crew,
Gravel's car
as they've
got
already
smashed
got
to
a new
pieces
top wing on top of Brad Sweet's number 49. That should be the majority of the damage needing to be repaired for Brad. They'll go to work. It looks like a front end swap coming. Absolutely a front end swap for Brady Bacon, and a top wing will be changed for the driver from Oklahoma. So lots of activity after that lap 1 red flag down here in the work area. And Blake, you nailed it. In sprint car racing, it's not every man for himself. Only your crew guys jump to help in. Everybody wants to beat the best of the best out on track, so teams from all kinds of different race cars jump in to help one another get back on the track, and that's exactly what you're seeing here in the work area at the Eldora Speedway.
Great work down there, Tony, as we do have a replay of that first lap incident here. We will show it to you on the big screen if you're here at the racetrack. If you're watching it at home on FS1, take a look at what happens on the first lap.
The remover.
Oh,
That one.
wow. Man, looks like Sweet came up the racetrack.
I believe that was Kofoid.
Oh, Kofoid, okay. Yes,
Wow.
Buddy Kofoid. Brad, gee, you mentioned
Yeah, he went underneath
nail
him.
ahead, went right underneath him and was able to keep rolling.
Yeah, Brad's car was actually still fired even after that had happened. He was driving to the backstretch before it ended up coming to a stop for the red flag.
What a close call for Brad Sweet there. Good to see him. Everything okay there? The new top wing on.
Work continues on down to the infield. Let's go back downstairs to Tony Laporta.
Guys, like I said, and Blake mentioned already, that teams and crew members from all different outfits jump in to help out get the car back on track down here. It's not just teams and crew members. Race driver Tyler Walker has joined the effort to help get Brady Bacon's number 21H back out onto the racetrack. They're still pulling apart the damaged front end assembly on the Bacon machine, and once they get that removed and quickly cleared out, they'll be able to slide in a completely built and just ready to bolt in front axle with wheels, tires, steering arms all attached, and Tyler Walker quickly over here to help Bacon. We'll check in now with Brad Sweet as the top wing is on. Crew members just finishing up on the right rear corner. A new top wicker bill going on the back end of Brad Sweet's top wing, and I think it's coming down to basically just bolting on all the wheel covers and bleeders on the right rear corner. Yes, the new right rear assembly is put together. They're gonna they have to swap the right rear, so it's going to be a new right rear Hoosier tire for the defending series champion, and that does look to be kind of the gist of what they need to fix. The top wing is on, bolted on. Cole Newhoffman, crew member on the 49, is down and off of screwing that top wing back into position. Once they get this right rear taken care of, Brad Sweet does look like he'll be ready to rejoin competition.
All right, thank you, Tony. It does appear that we are close to getting the cars refired, so they need to try and finish up what they're doing down there in the infield. Blake are able to get trapped in the infield.
Had a little bit of fence repair there.
Maybe running on a 5-second delay.
There. Over in turn number 1 is getting everything cleaned up and ready to
that
go.
way they do that on live TV for certain things.
Back to green
that way,
flag
run 5
action
seconds
here
behind
in
in
just
case
a
they
moment.
need to cut something.
As you mentioned, though,
Really quick.
most of the time under yellow and red flag action, the work area, you get 2 minutes if it's before halfway. So before lap 20, you get 2 minutes. After that, you get until the lineup's set. Obviously, right now, we haven't gone back to yellow flag.
It does appear that Schurenberg's car is ready to go as they are pushing him around down there in the infield. Is that the same case for Brad Sweet there, Tony?
They're almost ready to get Brad back on the track. Just checked in with Bernie Stubjen of Indy Race Parts, and the laundry list was a long one of repairs for the Sikeston, Missouri driver, Hunter Schurenberg's Vermeer number 55. Both front wheels had to be swapped. The axle was fine, so it ended up not being an entire front end assembly. Radius rods, front wing, top wing, and all the necessary attachments that keep those wings on top of the frame. They had a long list of just small individual parts that had to get replaced, but Clinton Boyles, the crew chief on brother-in-law Hunter Schoenberg's race car is the guy you want calling those shots. They do a great job to get Hunter back and ready to go, and almost all hands are now off of Brad Sweet's number 49. Brady Bacon still has work continuing here as the number one job they're trying to accomplish is getting a new front-end assembly in. Things look almost complete over here for the driver from Oklahoma.
All right, great stuff, Tony. We do get cars refired now, and they will soon get back behind the Eldora Speedway pace truck. And let's take a look at some other angles of this crash in turn one, Blake, from the top cam. Here's the infield shot as they rolled into turn one.
Whoa!
Man, oh man, oh man.
Dang! Courtney went for a real big ride.
Chaos down there.
Wow.
I don't know how Brad Sweet got through that.
I say
Brad
sunshine
Sweet
law
snuck
for the
through there,
No,
boy. He got his wing knocked off,
Brad
but
Sweet was able to get through there relatively unscathed. Obviously, a new top wing, and you heard TLP talking about everything that they had to do to get things ready. But
that's a big wreck.
Hunter Schoenberg has refired his car after being involved in that incident. The same is about to happen to the 49 for Sweet. He's getting back underway now. Final car in the work area is Brady Bacon.
and they're looking like they're tying things up. Obviously, thinking of Tyler Courtney as you mentioned, precautionary reasons, and in good hands with the Eldora safety crew. And nicing his with our great infield care center. We have a full service infield care center here at Eldora Speedway.
Yeah, definitely one of the perks of being here at the world's greatest dirt track. Tony, what else is going on?
Broken Arrow, Oklahoma's Brady Bacon is receiving some last-minute fix-ups here at the front. The new front-end assembly is completely put in. Matt Hummel taking away the replaced parts now. Robbie McQuinn on Carson Macito's car lending a hand, as well as about a half dozen other crew members. And now they are ready to push Brady Bacon in line to get in front of the push truck. A crumpled front nose, a crumpled front wing, a crumpled top wing, and a new front-end assembly all swapped out. Brady Bacon's ready to rejoin the field.
A nice job by all the crew members down there to get 3 heavily damaged cars back onto the track.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. Yeah.
Heavily damaged cars.
You would have thought, looking at that replay, none of those guys would be able to get back out there.
Absolutely.
So we did not get a lap complete, but the lineup will be considerably shaken up about the mid-pack on back.
From
9th on back.
Say 9th on back. 5th row back is really going to look different.
Those guys that came out of the B main are going to be looking pretty solid here. A good starting spot. It appears that Garrett Williamson, who won one of those B mains, is going to be restarting inside the top 10, Blake.
Yes.
As of right now, how they're running around the track right now. He sits outside the 5th row next to Anthony Mack.
They should restart 10th by my calculations.
So Brady Bacon is refired. He'll join in at the tail of the field.
So if you're new to sprint car racing and this is your first time watching it, they're involved in that crash and they're able to rejoin. They do not get their starting spot back. They'll restart at the tail of the field, so that's why we have to reshuffle the lineup through. We don't move cars straight forward. We crisscross them if needed. So it takes a minute for timing and scoring to get the lineup all sorted out.
So Sweet, Bacon, and Schoenberg able to rejoin the field. The cars that are out, Bill Baylog, Buddy Kofoid, and Tyler Courtney. Eldora Speedway pace truck set to pull into the infield in turn 4. We are ready to get this race back underway.
Oh, probably not. His car's
With
back.
Bacon,
I think his
Kyle
car's back
Larson,
early.
longtime buddies from Northern California, ready to bring this race back to green.
Trying to get it wound up, man. There you go. That's a much better start for him.
Once
Why
again,
does
paces the
Rico
field on
always
turns
go
1 and 2.
forward?
Down the backstretch 8. Rico Aber leading battle for
Not Rico.
Logan Short and Aaron Wright.
Yeah, I know.
Shore at the racetrack right across the nose of Aaron Wrightsley takes the 3rd spot away, but Wrightsley crosses him up down the front stretch, takes it right back away. Shore goes to the bottom in turns 1 and 2. They are side by side for 3rd. Give it back to Shore up in turn number 2.
Logan Short picked up $1 million
40 laps.
here a couple of years ago, and right now rides in the 3rd spot.
Is Aaron Wright
Boy, it's
still there?
dusty there, boy.
Is Aaron Wright still there?
That's going to be a dust bowl. Yes.
Oh, there he is in the number 4.
87.
Logan Shore running in
Oh,
third.
the
Aaron Wright's
87.
fourth, and 5th is payday. Corey Day rounds out the top 5.
Just 3 laps in and off of turn number 2. Rico Aber.
Wow, this thing's going to be hard to see.
I know, it's still dusty.
It ain't going to be good for new viewers to go, man, this thing's just a dust bowl.
Very dusty.
Yeah, then we get that track got moisture in it. By the end of the night, this thing, you won't even be able to see them.
That is a battle for the 8th spot. Sheldon Hutchell hanging on to 8th. Anthony Macri now closing on Tanner Holmes for 9th.
Macri trying to make his way forward. He'll look to the inside. inside of Tanner Holmes off a turn before a great move right there off the fourth corner move. Macri on the spot. Yellow.
4.
Hunter Schoenberg did not hit one of the track exits. Yellow flies with 5
Man, they
down.
need to water that track.
35 laps
Yeah.
remaining.
Hunter Schoenberg
Driving so
slowing
hard by
into
now.
turn number one.
You had to prep it good before the
One
race
of the drivers that was
started.
involved in that first lap incident, and that will slow us down after a 5-lap run. With Rico Ebru leading, Kyle Larson, Logan Schuhart, Aaron Reitzel, and Carson Macedo is on the move early in this one from 8th to 5th in 5 laps. He was on the move last night in his double down duel, had to come out of the B main, ended up inside of the top 10, almost in the top 5.
Yes, he was absolutely flying. And that all-your alternative 41 Carson Macedo last night came home with a 5th place run, actually.
The Vermeer Motorsports 55 is back down in the work area, Tony.
Yeah, Hunter Schoenberg knew there was a problem with that race car. Not very long after the restart, he has told Eldora staff to take it straight to the trailer. So Schoenberg will preemptively bow out of this $100,000 payday. You guys talk about drivers already moving up quickly. Brad Sweet was making some moves out of turn number 4 on that last lap before they came around to see the yellow. Not sure exactly where he took that restart green flag with a few cars already knocked out of this one, but timing and scoring shows 13th place for the driver from Grass Valley, California. Brad Sweet, thanks to some very quick work from not only his team, but other crews in the work area, charging back towards the top 10 very quickly.
Well, race fans, you'll see this time by that there is the Frozen Farmer Pick Pint here on the front straightaway. What that is basically the chew cone, but we've got a cool sponsor for it, Frozen Farmer. Check out their ice creams and sorbets online. But they are going to go to the inside or the outside. Whichever lane they choose is where they will restart the race. And as you can see right there, Blake Short follows Larson to the top for this restart.
Sometimes to get some game splitting fun to
Brady
watch,
was awfully
especially
fast
when we got the
again.
drone camera up, you get a good
Brady
look
was
at it.
fast.
Where guys choose to go. And the nice thing
What?
about it, you can choose
Not
your own
bad.
destiny there.
No.
Certainly can.
Chase, Blake, I think just something super important to mention to maybe
You
first-time
got the
sprint car
advantage
fans.
of whatever
These drivers do
you
not
say.
have
It seems that way,
right?
race cars. They have no spotters.
At
They
least
have no
that's,
mirrors. These
I don't know.
drivers
That's a
going
good question. I'd
purely
like to
by
know.
the feel in the seat of their pants. No
Might
help
have to
from
ask
the
us.
top
But
at
it makes
Eldora.
sense.
Rico Ebru back on the cast.
What?
We are back
What
on
the heck?
Joker's jackpot
What?
featuring great
That was a
race
terrible
car.
start.
And now Logan
What's up with that start?
for second, Larson to beat the sandwich.
Great
Here
stuff.
comes
That was,
Chase
well,
Johnson.
I don't know. Was Larson asleep? Did he think it was another lap to go or something? Because he wasn't even going. Hey, Brady took off halfway through the...
Battle for the lead. Aaron Reitzel challenging Rico Ebru, but Ebru off the fence. Reitzel misses
Something's
the
wacky with that start, man.
Battle for second into turn number 3.
Aaron Reitzel had to run the middle, gets to the cushion on the edge of the
That
turn.
Larson just
Kyle
blew it.
Larson turns it down the hill. They're side by side for second across the start-finish line. Might see a slider in turn 1. Kyle Larson drives it in deep, takes the second spot away from Aaron Reitzel.
And Logan Schuhart quickly roping them in. The Shark Racing 1S on
Larson
the
better get
Schuhart
rolling.
looks down to the inside. He'll take third from Reitzel in turn number 4.
And slider slid here to
Gosh,
Eldora Speedway. Logan Short down to the third spot. Aaron Reitzel
Reminds me of a dirt race I watched one time on here with Larson. It was so dirty you couldn't see the cars.
Meanwhile, Rico Ebru has absolutely run away from the field.
Hurry,
He's
guys!
back for 6 and look who's into the top 10.
Oh, Brad.
Brad Sweet on the move.
Brand Sweet from the work
40
area
days
out
out
of the
there.
top 10.
Right there,
Just
14.
ahead of him. It's
Yeah.
Cole Macedo, it's Corey Day.
That's what I
They're side by
said.
side over the turn 1.
That's
Cole
what
Macedo, the
he
racetrack,
said.
he'll take 6th away. Haley turns it down the hill. Down the next stretch, they go wing to wing for P6.
Black traffic looming in front of your leaders, but Cole Macedo, and what a battle there between Macedo and Corey Day. Give Cole Macedo the advantage at the start-finish line.
Now
Corey Day
Brady's
stays
just
on the
taking
high
off
side.
everybody.
Brad Sweet moving, trying to go 3 wide back behind them.
Racetrack in perfect shape here right now as Rico is
Perfect
enjoying a
shape.
pretty comfortable lead up front. The East Texas Hot Rod that time by nearly a 2-second advantage over Kyle Larson.
Nearly come together where Anthony Macri and James McFadden battling for position, battling for the second
Brady's
spot. As
dark,
Rico
got
Ebru
to
takes the back of the pack, coming to the start-finish line with 12 in the books. Brad Sweet challenging, move him into the 8th spot in turn number 4 with back to the back bumper.
The former teammates of Casey Kane Racing and Mike Curb, they have a great battle going on into turn 1. McFadden scraped the wall down the front stretch that time, and that allows Brad Sweet to pull away. Your race leader now into the back of the field. This is going to allow Kyle Larson to close it in.
Larson absolutely closing the gap on Rico Ebru. Ebru to the back of the pack, and this is where things get interesting. Have to pick your line. Right now he's on the high side, and a pair of lap cars right in front of him are running his line. Larson cutting into the lead.
The track just so treacherous out
Schuhart going to challenge Kyle Larson for the second spot. Abram making a basic moves through lap traffic. He's got to find another gear here because Kyle Larson continuing to chop away in the lead with 25 to go.
Last time by the lead, under 1 second for Rico. This time by, he'll come off at turn number 4. He'll put lap number 16 in the books, 24 to go here at Eldora Speedway. Larson trying to get by the slower car, Chris Whitten. He'll put it aggressively in front of him and get by that number 7 S car down the backstretch.
And Logan Schuhart's right there, 2 car lengths back. Schuhart dives down to the inside, battle for second, going in the middle. Larson right on the fence in Eldora.
More traffic for Rico to contend with. Brian Brown and Brock Searfoss up ahead. Neither driver up in Rico's lane. Rico's starting to move down a little bit on the exit turn number 2. Rico maybe searching around in that Whiskey Myers number 24 car, but Kyle Larson not backing down and roping it off at turn number 4.
Larson chopping into the lead, has it under a second now. Abram Bound pinballs out the cushion, but Larson does the same. Aaron Reitzel coming back to life, and here comes Logan Schuhart once more. Schuhart keeping Larson well within striking distance.
The $1 million man to the inside tries to throw a slider on Larson. It comes up short. He's going to stay in that 3rd spot as Larson's lead, or maybe that Rico's lead now down under a second as Larson continues to chop into it. Rico around the outside gets by Brock Searfoss. Next car in his sights is Brian Brown, who is in his racing room in turn 4.
Rico is going to have to get going because Larson and Schuhart continuing to chop away at the advantage that Rico has. The top side opens up for Rico, though, as Brown
Oh,
moves
good
up the
corner
high
by
side.
Larson
That's
that time.
what Rico Abram
I
wanted to
thought.
see.
Brown's been running the top down here in 3 and 4. That's going to allow Rico. He's have to go to the inside of the racetrack. That's going to kill some speed on that number 24 car. Larson had a huge head of steam down the front straightaway. Might see him move to yellow.
Ashton Torgerson
That's good, though.
Racing 1A
Because
off the
now
pace
Larson
into
and the
turn
Braves
number
start
1,
side by
bringing
side,
up
and
the
Larson's been getting
Not
faster and faster.
What Kyle Larson was hoping to see right there is we do have a car going to the work area. Cole Macedo.
The only problem is Larson better have a good restart. Because his restarts haven't been very good. And the last one was terrible.
Running in the 6th position at the time, right behind
Started
his
second,
brother.
went back to like 4th
Tony,
at
what's going
least.
on down
And
there?
then finally came back.
Right behind the 49er Brad Sweet. They're taking it straight to the trailer. One can possibly assume. I
Let's
want to
see,
make sure they don't
spreading
swing the
trees
left and come back
all
to the work area for Brad
chair.
Sweet and the 49. No, they have parked it for the defending series
done.
champion. One could speculate engine failure for the 49, and then a winner with high limit back on Monday night in Fremont, Ohio. Cole Macedo comes to a
somebody
stop.
bought a pit
The
bull.
gloves are off. The
Thing's
driver
only halfway.
from California,
20
perhaps
20
his
laps.
race
20
done
to go.
early as well.
That's tough to see. He was having an incredible run.
I'm glad
He was
it's
so
so
good
halfway.
earlier on in the year.
They do 40
back in
laps.
May, he ran 3rd
I thought you'd
in a
stay
race
there.
there.
I
His best finish
swore.
at this track. And you see Cole's got the helmet off now, Blake, so his race indeed does come to an end.
Eldora
I'm glad it started
certainly
early
puts
and there's only one
every
race.
piece of equipment
I
to
go
the
to bed
test.
early
It's
here.
a half mile so fast, and tonight one of those cases, especially when they're working the top side of the racetrack.
Got to be so careful to not get into the wall. Tony, what else?
It's the rear torsion arms are knocked off the corner of Cole Macedo's number 2C. Crew Chief Wayne Johnson, who piloted this car for a very long time, diagnosing the issue as soon as they came to a stop. Cole, of course, from the seat, knew that there was a problem, so Cole
Why did they
Macedo
stop?
out with a suspension parts failure on that 2C.
Timeout.
Ashton Torgerson, the driver, originally from Arizona, is going to bring the world-famous Shark Racing 1A back to the trailer as well. Looks like Torgerson, the young man who grew up racing go-karts at Pat's Acres in Oregon, his race done as well, as they are getting ready to
They're
open
gonna
this
let
up
them
for a
refuel.
fuel stop, guys.
Yeah, we have to
They can do
open up the
everything
red flag
except change
condition
tires.
here, Blake, as we've ran too many laps. We don't want anybody running out of fuel. And so that is
Which
the
one's
case right
Larson?
now as you see the crew members rolling onto the racetrack. They are allowed to make any type of adjustment to the car with the exception of changing a tire. And so many of them will be adding fuel to the tail tanks, maybe make some air pressure adjustments and things of that nature before we go back to green flag racing right here at the halfway point.
And a lot of these guys, you can run the 33-gallon tank, and you talk to the teams, you get about 31.5 gallons in the 33-gallon tank. And when last night, when it was so fast here, they were burning upwards of a gallon a lap. A little bit slower tonight, got us probably around 3/4 of a gallon a lap if I had to take a wild guess at it. So,
And that's not normal. We don't
Nope.
usually have a fuel stop
Yeah,
at the race.
absolutely. This
We
is
had a couple
especially
cautions.
right at halfway.
Well, and Chase, Blake, you guys talk about it. So much goes in and factors into whether or not Series Director Mike Cass up in the tower calls for an open red flag situation. And some of those factors can be as complex as the air density. If these 410 8-cylinder power plants are making too much power under green flag conditions, the math is not wildly complex. it's wildly too complex for me to educate you on right now, but they can burn too much fuel than they can pack into the tail tanks of these winged sprint cars. And if that's going to be the case, the officials up in the tower keep an eye on things like the weather, the lap times, and the amount of green and yellow flagged laps run combined. Mike Hess always has a number of how many laps they can run under green and yellow combined before they will stop for a fuel stop if there is too good of air, as they say, and they're making too much horsepower, or maybe the track has a little more grip in it, allowing these cars to go faster than originally anticipated. That number can fluctuate as far as how many laps these teams and drivers will run before race control says, hey, we know there's no way most of you have enough fuel in these cars. We're going to stop, freeze the field effectively, and allow you to put more fuel into these cars to continue to make it all the way to the end of the race. The teams, they all make calculations ahead of time. They have an idea of how much fuel they need in the car to make minimum weight when the feature is over, but it's that balancing act, right? The more fuel you burn off, the different your car's handling characteristics will change through the feature. It's a major balancing act of engineering and stability and comfort for these drivers out on the track.
And this open red flag is coming to a close. And just want to reiterate, Blake, as well. If we would have went green from start to finish, we wouldn't be having a fuel stop.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we could have had a couple yellows, a yellow or two in there, but obviously tight, as we talked about, how much fuel they're burning per lap with a 33-gallon tank on. It's a tight fit.
You see Paul Silva right there, the car owner and crew chief for Kyle Larson, making some adjustments. A little bit of fuel spillage potentially there for Chris Wyndham.
Chris been having a phenomenal year inside the Jason Side 7S this year. Been knocking down some top 10s. They've really been starting to find their groove, I feel like. Chris was full-time with Kubota High Limit Racing a year ago. There's Jason Sides. 2004 Kings Royal champion making his way back up to the car.
Definitely a famous car that Chris Wyndham is behind the wheel of as those crews will now make their way back into the infield. And in just a moment, the push trucks will get back behind the race cars. And how about that? That's a pretty good sight right there, Blake.
Sunset here in Rossburg, Ohio, and campers as far as the eye can see. So we mentioned earlier in the show, nearly 3,000 campers on the grounds here. And camping has been sold out at this weekend since March.
It's absolutely insane. People love their sprint car racing here in Ohio, especially here at Eldora. As the open red flag condition comes to a close, push trucks getting in behind the sprint cars. And we've still got 20 more laps of action here, Tony. Tony, what do you got on Jason Sides?
Well, Blake, you were talking about the owner of Sides Barn Grill and the proprietor of the machine that Chris Wyndham is piloting around the Eldora Speedway. And I feel like for so long, Jason was known as the guy that would jump in and help anybody out on the work area, no matter where they were racing, no matter who was in the work area. And I feel like today that title's kind of getting shifted over to Clinton Boyles. You've spent a lot of time with Clinton back in the All-Star days, Blake, and everybody knows Jason Sides. I don't know, do you think that's a fair comparison, Boyles and Sides?
Yes.
They're so willing to help literally anybody in the pit area.
There was one time, Blake, I remember that Jason Sides' car was in the work area and it broke or something, and they just sent it back to the trailer. Then somebody else came in the pit area, and he was working on that car.
Yeah. Jason is one of the good guys in sprint car racing. As Tony mentioned, willing to help out anybody and had quite the sprint car career. 2004 Kings Royal winner here. Raced on the road for nearly 2 decades, and now is owning a sprint car going up and down the road.
Ashton Torgerson back in the work area. That's the second time we've seen the number 1A down there in the pit area looking for some repairs.
Talk to Jacob Allen, the former pilot of this race car. Of course, the Shark Racing 1A, a tribute to Jacob's dad, Bobby Allen, a sprint car legend. Possibly a mag box replacement, it sounds like, according to Jacob, for Ashton Torgerson. They've lined back up behind the young driver from Arizona, and they're hoping to see that car refire and maintain pace back out on the track.
Holy
Has
moly.
not fired yet.
What?
Yep, things are not looking too good.
As you mentioned, Bobby Allen, National Sprint Car Hall of Famer, 1990 Knoxville Nationals champion, and what many widely consider to be one of the biggest upsets in sprint car racing history when Bobby Allen won the Knoxville Nationals, defeating Sammy Swindell in just an absolute all-time race.
That 1A car driven by Ashton Torgerson, the team car to the car that is actually in third place right now, Logan Schuhart.
Baby, why are you shaking my...
They said they started lining up.
Allen's grandson.
Why are you shaking my...
So the restart order will look like this. Rico Aber with the lead. There he is on your screen now. Kyle Larson running in second.
Wow.
Logan Short in third. Fourth will be Aaron Reitzel when we get back underway. And fifth will be Carson Macedo. Sixth, Corey Day. Seventh, Anthony Macri. Eighth, James McFadden. Ninth, Garrett Williamson. And 10th, 17 is Sheldon Hodenshield. So those will be the top 10 drivers when we get back underway with 20 laps to go. So halfway home in the Joker's Jackpot feature is Ashton Torgerson's car still not responding, and he's going to head back to the infield.
It's been an impressive start to the year for Torgerson. As we mentioned, got in the car early summer, late spring, and I think some people may be questioning what's going on there, and Ashton certainly proved him wrong. First weekend in the car, winning at Bass Motor Speedway, and there's a look at what we call the cushion at Eldora Speedway, and it's treacherous tonight.
Yeah, not too big, and these guys are running right up against it. It's either hitting the cushion or hitting the wall, and that's where all these guys are finding the speed out here tonight at Eldora. A couple of them late in the race may be able to find the bottom and get rolling around there, but so far the top line has been the place to be. But if you make any mistakes up there, you might not have a car.
And the Frozen Forward Pick Pint back out on the racetrack with 20 in the books and 20 to go.
So that Pick Pint down there on the front stretch. We'll see which lane Rico Aber chooses to restart in.
It's an engine failure for Ashton Torgerson, guys, the 1A, heading back to the Shark Racing pit area.
Thanks very much, Tony.
Tough to see that. Aber will choose the bottom, Larson at the top, and there's Schuhart once again.
Need a good restart, man.
Carson Macedo followed Reitzel to the bottom, which is interesting. So that's going to put Corey Day outside of row 3. He's going to be happy about that. He picked up a win on the top of the racetrack here last night during the double down duels.
His first ever Eldora Speedway win, and talked about how this place isn't one of his favorite tracks to visit, but he's growing a liking to it.
Yeah, after winning, you got to think that he's a fan now.
Absolutely.
Eldora Speedway pace truck pulls into the infield. Rico Aber, Kyle Larson back on the gas, and we're underway once again at the Joker's Jackpot.
Well, better restart this time.
Restart for Logan Short. He'll go after Kyle Larson for second, and Carson Macedo catfishing around the bottom, making his way to the 4th spot.
Come on, Larson, don't get in the wall. No, he got up in the too high. Now he's flying.
Carson Macedo under the 3rd spot. The battle for the lead.
Oh my God!
Come on, keep it down. Hammer down, Larson. Nah, Larson's fast right here.
Yes! 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 Sorry.
Turn number 4 to get to the top spot. Battle for 3rd and 4th is phenomenal right now. And turn 2 got one around in turn number 2.
What?
Garrett Williamson is going to keep on running. He's at the back.
Oh, keeping on running. Good. We don't want no cars. Dang, Corey Day in the wall.
Green and Williamson going to slow to the bottom of the racetrack, and yellow will fly.
What?
Somehow Garrett Williamson was able to keep it on all fours and out of the wall, as you mentioned, because he saw both walls in about 15 seconds. He'll work
I didn't
the
want
attention of
Well, one thing for sure, Larson's fast.
Sports gang, Tony Laporta.
And he gets to start first this time.
Keeping you busy down there tonight.
No other way I'd have it, Chase. Garrett Williamson.
I'd rather have a Brayu behind me than
It looks
Schuhart.
like the left side
I
air
can't.
car is completely off of it, possibly getting banged up. I could not see the big screen of his incident off of turn number 2, and now attention getting paid to the drag link, one of the steering components on the front end of Williamson's number 23. It sounds like the pride of Australia,
done too.
James
Was that
McFadden with Donald
McFadden? Oh,
Racing.
yeah.
Oh, you got a flat. That's what I saw. I saw something going on with the back.
Just behind Williamson, and it's going to be a flat right rear tire.
You know why they're getting them tires? Because that track is so dry.
Championship points last year. This is a very quick
wear
fix
those tires.
for these teams and drivers. But since we are past
Well, I don't know.
halfway
The tires
point
don't look bad.
in this Highlander Racing feature, there is no guaranteed time in the work area. Up to the
I don't
halfway
want
point,
Larson's
teams are
tires to
guaranteed
blow out.
2 minutes upon their first visit to the work area to get back out onto the track. But once the halfway point has been reached, no guaranteed time is offered. It is simply up to the crews to get the car back out on the track before the one-to-go signal is given.
And James McFadden, the Australian champion this year, they do have a big championship race over there. It was at Murray Bridge Speedway this
He's
past year.
from
So he
Australia,
goes back
right?
to his homeland next our winter, their summer. He'll be flying the number 1.
Zach Middlebrooks, one of Rico Abrams Racing's crew members. That looks like Carson Perkins jumping in over from Hunter Schoenberg's crew. And that's Woodman, crew member for Donnie Schatz with Tony Stewart Racing in the number 15. Nasty Nate Matherly supervising, making sure that right rear wheel mud cover is put on as they get McFadden headed back towards turns 1 and 2. We're not joking when we say members from all teams and crews jump in to help these drivers get back on track.
Certainly the case, Tony. Carson Macedo, he has come to life here in this one, Blake. He's now into the 3rd position. He started 8th. We're now 23 laps completed, but it seems like his car has come to life after that fuel stop. Made his way by Reitzel and Schuhart.
We saw that last night.
But you gotta go fast,
was relegated to a B main, drove for the
he needs a good restart.
Started 21st, drove it all the way up to 5th in his preliminary A main a night ago, and he's been on the move in that all-Bollier Alternative 41. Chase Rodman coming back to green.
He needs to have a really good start.
The race leader lined up next to Rico Abreu. Back underway at the Joker's Jackpot. Rico, great restart right there, Blake.
Here comes Logan Short on the high side. Schuhart out of nowhere.
Oh my gosh.
I know, that's what I said. I don't want Schuhart behind me.
Okay.
I don't want Macedo neither.
Here comes a big movement of Carson Macedo. He'll take second away in turn 4.
Macedo in a second now. Anthony Macri into the mix. Macri down to the inside. Wide for a second and in turn number 2.
Oh my god.
Right through the gap between Short and the outside wall. He's got second now. Here comes
Where's
Anthony Macri.
So let them all 3 race back there for a while. Larson gets gone.
The concrete kid has a 39.
No red. No caution.
I know. Been a slim chance of that, though.
And he's coming to life with 15 to go. He and Carson Macedo battling it out.
Boy, Larson's
turn 4.
fast.
Kyle Larson got a big piece of the wall that time by turns 3 and 4, slowing down his momentum a little bit. Carson Macedo not close enough to
Gotta be really careful going around the outside here.
Number 57, Macri running in 3rd. Logan Short certainly not out of this battle as well, running back and 4th, and 5th is now Rico Abreu.
The battle for 2nd stays good. Anthony Macri on the 39 in 3rd with Carson Macedo.
You get up there just a little bit too much, you're in that wall.
Watching them duke it out for the second spot as laps wind down. 12 to go for Kyle Larson. Only 1 win with Kubota High Limit Racing this year.
Corey Day.
That was all the way back in March as Matt
Oh, Corey Days is the 8th.
left rear shredded on Logan Short's car down the front stretch.
Ah!
4th place runner Logan Short absolutely shred.
Look at the wing panel.
He just smashed.
Just shows the power when those things explode.
Blew the wing panel the first couple of minutes right out of that thing.
Here is a replay coming to you on the big screen. Those you on FS1 watching, and
The lead.
Schuhart, there he is right there, and boom.
Man. And that's some debris
Hoping
to
Larson's
pick up
tires
there on
stay
the
under
front
him.
stretch. Man, I cannot believe the damage it did to that wing panel. Usually we see that, it blows a Nerf bar off the side of the car, but it got the wing panel on that one, Tony.
Yeah, significant damage, at least sustainable, at least on the left side panel.
What?
Not really. I'd rather like to see it stay. But
And you guys are absolutely right. There is hardly anything.
it's just so dangerous on the restarts.
Aboard the 1S, but again, just like with James McFadden's right rear needing to be changed, this is a very
I wouldn't
quick,
want Macedo
very well rehearsed
behind me.
stop in the work area. Not needing to worry too much about
These
guaranteed
people are gonna
time
go
here
for
as they already have the new
I
left rear on.
Get up there.
And you can
When
see
there's a lot of
that
money on the
belly
line
at
like
top
this,
wing
they
there,
drive
Tony,
crazy.
and peeled back where that left rear exploded. Just the power of that explosion.
Yeah, they're trying to get anything they can on to decrease airflow from changing too much over and underneath, because these top wings produce downforce from both the air that goes on top of them
12
and
laps to
beneath
go.
that belly pan. Blake, as you called out, anything at all they can get to make sure that that left side panel stays attached to the top wing, because these side panels work so effectively at pulling the left side of the car down into the dirt track. In wing sprint car racing, you really want to be left side down to get it to drive the way that the car is most comfortable.
And we know there's certainly some people watching for the first time tonight. A good example of those wings, you can move them back and forth. You look at the wing angle on Kyle Larson's car and then compare that to the wing angle on the 87 of Aaron Reitzel's car. You can tell that Reitzel has pulled that wing farther back to try and get more downforce, more air on the center of that wing to help get that car gripped up. As Schuhart does return to the Speedway.
And there are very few cockpit adjustments that these guys have, and one of them is moving that top wing forward and backwards, and they also have one shock adjuster that they can have inside the car. A new rule this year with Kubota High Limit Racing.
And there's a look at Reitzel.
That's what we call having the wing in the trunk.
Yep, he is trunked right now. You compare that to Larson, I mean, it's completely different wing angles from the first place car to the, what is the sixth place car.
And you're early in the night, you don't see that when the track's heavy and fast. But as it slicks off, you start to see guys move to the back. And in Ohio, notorious for having wings in the back.
Eldora Speedway pace truck pulling to the infield on the backstretch.
You have to push that
We
pedal.
have 12 laps remaining of the Joker's jackpot. Kyle Larson and Carson Messina lines up next to him back to green.
Wow! Come on! Come on! Come on!
Still goes around.
Yes!
And we are still
That's what
right
you
here.
get. Who is that? 4-1.
Out.
We suddenly started. Now another
left front on the
caution.
He got such a
Oh,
good
good.
start.
Messina?
He got hit by
Okay,
the
enough,
clear
Nisha.
of Kyle Larson
Enough.
coming down the front stretch right there.
Going to
Wow.
sit on the other side. Nope.
Here's a replay coming in.
Sit on the other side.
The drama continues here tonight as Macedo railed the cushion here coming off of 4. Kyle Larson must have spun the tires in right there. Cut the left front tire down.
With that
Those
back.
Somehow Aaron
Macedo's
Reitzel able
was
to
gonna
make
go
slight
for it
contact,
on the
but really
outside
able to
big
stay out of
time.
the 41.
Guys, this yellow flag
Okay.
provides Logan Schuart's team a unique opportunity to come back down into the work area. They did not have the top wing ready to replace on the original stop. They did not know, I believe, just how bad the damage was. This opportunity lets them come in, put on a brand new, non-damaged top wing, and the difference in feel in the seat of that race car that Logan Schuart will experience will be monumental. He'll go back to having 100% grip that these top wings can produce. Great opportunity. He's going to lose positions and go back to the tail, but that car will feel so much more stable underneath him now.
All right, thank you for that update, Tony. So Schuhart will be able to rejoin the field, awaiting the arrival of Carson Macedo, although he will not get any guaranteed time. As we mentioned earlier on, we are beyond the halfway point of this race, so no guaranteed time in the work area. As we are waiting, I'm not sure what's going on in the backstretch. We're waiting to see if Macedo can get pushed back over here.
They were trying to push him, and obviously with the left
need the
front
hook.
down, and they're going to need the hook.
Carson probably not able to steer that car very well.
Absolutely, going to obviously push to the left quite heavily.
Yes. So that's, once again, still 12 laps to him. Did not get a lap completed. And I think you'd have to think the guys back behind saw what Carson Macedo did right there and said, well, hey, I can do that. I can get a good run down the straightaway and build a run into turn 1. Larson certainly spun the tires there on that restart.
100% did. I would not be surprised to see Kyle start things up on the high side of the racetrack because not much gets by the driver of the 57. He is as an alert race car driver as you'll find. Awareness rating 99.
Absolutely. As Macedo makes his way to the infield, but the lights are out. No guaranteed time. Larson, Macri, Abreu, single file restarts back underway.
No surprise to see Kyle Larson start things up on the fence. Here comes Macri, though. Macri looks to the middle of the racetrack. Good battle for that third spot. Aaron Reitzel, Rico Abreu. Rico Abreu back into third.
Abreu's got the third spot. Reitzel back and forth, and Sheldon Hodgshield running in fifth. Here comes Corey Day. He'll put a move on Brian Brown for the sixth position.
Corey
Around
Day.
the bottom comes Gary
Corey Day
Williams.
is
By
sixth
Bolton off of turn
now.
4.
Garrett Williamson, keep in mind, was in the work area not that long ago. Now going to war with Brian Brown. Brown going after Corey Day.
And here comes McFadden out of the work area. James McFadden trying to fight his way back towards the front of the field. He's got Brian Brown and Garrett Williamson battling right in front of him. McFadden follows the 21 around the top side of the racetrack in turn 4.
10 laps to go, and Kyle Larson still about half a track away from lap traffic. We'll see them get to traffic if we do get all the way green to the final checkered flag. Larson absolutely ripping the fence here at Eldora. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
Kyle Larson got to be
He got it now, I think. Figured it out.
One slight mistake, he'll get into the wall, climb on top of the wall, and be in
Don't
big
get
trouble.
too close to that wall, boy.
He is 8 laps away from a $100,000 payday here at the Joker's jackpot.
You mentioned it. The top side's so treacherous in the past couple days.
They're
We've
flying
seen
around that track.
Jump out and bite several drivers.
Probably doing 130, 40 miles an hour.
2.4 seconds.
Really fast.
We will stay underway. Most cars find their way right around the top of the racetrack. The lone soldier on the bottom is the 23W Garrett Williamson on your screen as he looks to go side by side with Corey Day.
7 laps to go. Anthony Macri not really closing on Larson, but not losing any ground. But he's going to have to find another gear here with
And
6
at
to
the
go.
end,
And
you're
really
gonna
start to
start
roll that
hollering.
57 in if he wants $100,000.
Yeah, that's how Bobby Larson's leading 2.5 seconds over the concrete kid who got a piece of the concrete down there in turn number 1.
Now gonna be
This
fifth.
time by 5 fingers from the flag stand. 5 laps to go for Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson Larson has won it in everything here at Eldora Speedway. 7 different race cars, from NASCAR Truck Series to wing sprint cars, wing sprint cars, to late models to modified. He looks to add another. Whoa, we got a
upside down.
Tanner Thorson, or excuse me, Tanner Holmes.
Big time upside down in turn number 4 for the young driver to Jacksonville, Oregon.
Holmes was running in 10th place.
It's okay.
And you see the belts coming off, and Tanner trying to climb out of that number 18 T car. Had an incredible run here last night. The second place finish on his
several different types of race cars on this track.
Starting to find speed. His trip out west coming from the west
he won
coast
the
didn't start
NASCAR
out the way
trucks.
he wanted it to.
They had
but
a
the
truck
last
race
couple
here
of
at one
nights,
time.
They've really been finding speed in the 18 T.
That was in 2016.
Eldora Speedway safety officials, along with the
2016,
racing officials, are on the scene over there to help Holmes get himself out of the car.
And we talked about how treacherous that high side has been, Chase.
Yeah, and I'm sure on this replay that we're going to see him get bit by the cushion in turn number 4. We showed it on a camera earlier on. It is just packed right up against the wall so tightly, it's just not leaving much room for error. As soon as you get that right rear to the wall, it just sucks the right front end. And we'll see if that was the case. And there is Tanner Holmes. He's out of the race car. Hard to tell. I'd say he looks like a safety official. His suit's the same color.
He does. He's got the red suit on, but looks like the orange suits. But there he is walking to the side-by-side.
That's good to see Tanner Holmes climb out of that race car. Certainly one of the young and up-and-coming stars of this sport.
Yeah, I think 22 years old and one of the most popular sprint car drivers in the country. By the way, he utilizes his social media and YouTube.
Yep, he's probably the most popular YouTuber on the dirt racing side of things, and sounds like Tony Laporta's catching up with him downstairs.
Tanner, you're out of the race car. It's mangled, but are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Just running hard and just trying to finish the race off. So just my mistake there. I just you're right on the wall. So just out there trying to just keep making better laps and just caught it wrong. And once you're in it, you're in it.
This is a family-owned operation. It's you and your sister. Your sister's your crew chief on this race car. You go up and down the road racing on your own dime. What kind of hole does this put you guys in?
Yeah, it definitely doesn't help. I don't know, we'll just assess and see where things are at and be back for the rest of the weekend.
That's Tanner Holmes out of Southern Oregon. And Chase, I know you were hitting on it, but it just bears repeating. Tanner has done a phenomenal job with marketing not only this sport, but himself through his social media, his video work. He has learned how to become a quote-unquote video guy just to make sure he can create the content about his racing that has gotten so popular. He's been able to kind of subsidize his sprint car effort based off what he does with content creation.
He certainly has, and I've been announcing Tanner's name in racing since he was about 9 or 10 years old in Northern California. He's from Oregon, but he raced primarily in Northern California in the outlaw kart scene, and he has really came up through the ranks here recently and is showing speed every single year more and more. Had a great run at the Attica Raceway Park Tuesday night, a 14th to 7th place result there, 2nd place last night. Things are heating up. We know that Tanner Holmes is going to follow Highlander Racing over to Lernerville next Tuesday night in Sarver, Pennsylvania, and also be out there for the West Coast Swing as well, which will be heading up to your neck of the woods. Later on this year, Tanner Holmes will be there as well.
You know, through the years, the Swing to Eldora Speedway really kicked off the month of money, is what we would call it, because it'd be 50 grand to win here and then all leading into the Knoxville Nationals. But anymore, it's really the summer of money because the high-paying races
less than 10 to go, though. Means they start single file.
Go through really the first week of September. About every week or so, we've got a monster payday in sprint car racing.
9 races.
Larson's going high.
At least 6 figures to win.
Here he
Larson
goes.
on the restart, back underway with just 5
Getting that
laps
head of
to go.
steam up.
Great restart there for Macri on the turn 4.
Anthony Macri stalking the silver 57.
Don't go to do that.
3 wide nearly for 4th out the turn.
All right, everybody, no cautions.
That spot, and now Corey Day's
All right.
make his way
Mind your
back.
business.
She'll move Corey Day into the top 5. Back behind him, it's a scramble.
Mind your
Almost
manners.
3
Don't mind, drive over your head.
Kyle Larson watching the laps tick down with 3.5 laps remaining. Big slider by Garrett Williamson deep in the pack going after Sheldon Haudenschild.
Haudenschild clips the wall on the backstretch, but is able to hold
Don't
on
be
to
clipping the wall.
Garrett Williamson back behind him. He's got a side-by-side battle developing. The Logan Short car, the 1S and the 21 Ryan Brown down the front straightaway. They go side-by-side across the line.
No.
Brown with a big move. Got a win for him a week ago from 16th to the win at Knoxville Raceway, finding speed in the Casey's 21. But Kyle Larson this time by 2 to go for the 57.
Garrett Williamson been the show here in the second half of this race. He's been all over the racetrack and making some big moves. He's trying to make that one right now on
so magical dating back to him sweeping the Four Crown Nationals in 2011 and chasing half a lap away from
He's careful that time. He ain't getting that close to the wall now.
Kyle Larson rim riding.
No caution, no caution, no
He's
caution.
gonna hit the ultimate Joker's jackpot here tonight.
Yeah!
That time we gotta win.
Oh! Nice! Oh my gosh.
There's Schuhart. Flying through there.
Hope he's okay.
After Larson had taken
They
the
get there in a hurry to
in the
find
wall
out.
and turned
I
forward
got
and did
goosebumps.
multiple backflips down there as he rolled down the banking.
Dang, Larson finally got one.
And the driver who won the
So close.
highest paying sprint car race in the history of the sport just a few years ago, the Eldora
Right?
Million.
That is 2 years ago, cashed $1 million check on a Thursday night at Eldora.
And unfortunately, he's going to have some work to do before he comes back to race again here tomorrow night.
There's gonna be race
I don't
tomorrow.
think
The
Larson.
Shark Racing 1S. We'll see what happens
I don't
to
know if
him. He
Larson's
was
racing
running
tomorrow night.
around the 10th position in 9th, coming to the checkered right here. He gets in the wall right there.
He's going to be in
He
Dover.
just keeps
Dang,
on
that's a
flipping.
lot of
And that is
flip.
at least 3 or 4 back
One,
They're racing in
two,
Dover,
three,
Delaware.
Comes to rest on its
I don't
side.
know.
Flips, I think. Running through.
As the Eldora safety officials are working with getting Schuhart out of the car, there are your official results from tonight's main event. Kyle Larson wins it, Anthony Macri second, Rico Avery third, Aaron Reitzel fourth, and Corey Day fifth. Sheldon Hodenshield, Garrett Williamson, Brian Brown, Logan Schuhart, and Brock Zierfoss complete the top 10. Tanner Holmes, James McFadden, Chris Wyndham, Carson Macedo, Kevin Thomas Jr., Cole Macedo, Brad Sweet, Ashton Torgerson, Brady Bacon, and Danny Dietrich.
Weigh it. Good. Go. Oh, they're
Top
going to check
20
that
in
wing,
this
boy.
one, as Larson has now went across the scales in the infield, making sure that he meets the templates as well as that minimum weight requirement, and the green light comes on, so that means that Kyle Larson has won the Joker's jackpot here tonight at Eldora Speedway, and he's now going to head to Whiskey Myers Victory Lane.
Man, I know he's going to feel better about that one.
Maybe turn it up.
His kid's running in there, boy.
Can wait.
They're ready to climb the wing, I'm sure.
Kyle Larson has climbed from the Silva Motorsports number 57, standing in Whiskey Myers Eldora
The
Speedway
youngest.
Victory Lane. He's going to get the Hoosier Tire
Like, stay here.
neckband. He will get
We're
the
wandering
winner's
off.
hat, and in a few moments he'll also get the Sunoco
He wants to get on
Race
it.
Fuels checkered
That's
flag.
what he wants.
Got all the kiddos here tonight as well.
Cooper, Audrey, and Owen.
And Kyle Larson is set to climb up top as he is cashed in on another six-figure payday behind the wheel of that number 57
Hey, Owen's
car.
still climbing in there.
Audrey and Owen already up top. Kyle's got Cooper with him. And there they are climbing up top. Make some noise, Eldora Speedway, your winner tonight, Kyle Larson. He has done it again.
And Cooper even given the...
He's giving the one.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
learned.
He's learned. He's done it a time or two with Dad.
Kyle will jump off the top of the race car, and he'll make his way around the front to talk to Tony Laporta.
Kyle Larson's out here producing his own pit crew, and then he takes him up on the top wing to celebrate with them. Eldora Speedway, he can hear you. The winner is Kyle Larson.
Yes!
You have won in everything you can race here at the Eldora Speedway, but now to do it at the top level of 410 wing sprint car racing in a $100,000 to win feature. What does it mean to win here at the Eldora Speedway?
It always means a lot to win here at Eldora in front of a packed house,
Maybe we-
especially live on
I don't know
FS1
how to
tonight
turn it
too.
on.
Really
Turn it
good
off.
opportunity
You
for
will
all of
see
us and
off.
all our teams to showcase our sports
Stop
and
the
have
off.
lots of treacherous activity out there, but
You will see,
you're
you
cool to
can
get a
read.
win nonetheless. So
I don't know.
it's been it was a really good start to the year. The last month and a half has been kind of a struggle in all forms of racing for me, but it feels good to work hard and keep our heads in it and get a big win like this. So it was not easy. The whole race was definitely tough. My engine wouldn't take off at all, and it just made launching really tough. I was just instantly fighting people, and unfortunately got into Carson there at the flag stand. So hate that, but yeah, we just need to get this thing taken off better, and hopefully we'll have an easier shot to win later on this week.
I think Audrey doesn't like your facial hair or something. She's trying to cover it up with a checkered flag. I don't know what that's all about. Hey, we had all of the sprint car racing world here with us this weekend at Eldora. To beat a field that deep and that talented, is there even a way to express how hard this kind of racing is for the people out there who have no idea how tough this stuff really is?
I said
it's
off.
hard to describe, and I think a lot of fans see me race on Sundays and they have a misconception of sprint car racing that this isn't professional, and I come down to win these races, but it is the toughest form of racing that I get the chance to race or be a part of. So the quality of equipment, the quality of drivers, the fans, everybody involved, everybody's partners and sponsors. This is as professional as it gets for American auto racing. So happy to be a part of it. Happy to be a part of high limit racing and flow racing, having us on FS1 night. So can't say enough about it. Thanks to all my sponsors: Finley Farms, JBI Group, Vulcan Brothers Trucking, Durst Incorporated, Roto-Rooter, All Ball Alternative, HendrickCars.com. I know Rick Hendrick's watching tonight too, so that's cool. I'm glad I was one of the few that kept it out of the fence tonight because he was already texting me earlier. But Glenn Stiers, everybody who helps out. So yeah, it's really cool to come here to awesome facility. The crowd's just going to get bigger and bigger as the week goes on, and hopefully we can get a few more wins. So give me some momentum to lead into a NASCAR race finally this week and be nice.
Okay, and then quickly, our angel donor with High Limit has put up $2,000. The computer man from Fremont, Ohio, and a few anonymous donors have brought that total to $2,750. With your win tonight, which charity are you sending all of that money to?
So we my wife and I, we were a part of the Catwalk for a Cause, and really believed in what Sherry Pollux did. So we like to donate our money to Sherry Strong and
Some of Sherry
keep that
Pollux
legacy
did,
going.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the $100,000 Joker's Jackpot is Kyle Larson. He'll get the Chasm Safety Technologies win sticker, t-shirt, and golden ticket handed to him here in Whiskey Myers Victory Lane. Chase and Blake, Kubota High Limit Racing and Eldora Speedway. It's a beautiful thing, don't you think?
Certainly is. Rim riding around the world's greatest dirt track is certainly breathtaking as we get a look at the race recap in this one, as there's a lot to talk about, Blake, including a massive incident that took place on the first lap. We do have an update, or a kind of a new update on Tyler Courtney. He has been transported for further evaluation, so that is the update on Tyler Courtney after his incident.
So I guess Larson is racing the rest of the week here, or tomorrow and Saturday.
Two good buddies that have raced
He said he
for a
was.
long time, getting after it there. Logan Shore was up in the mix.
He said,
up in the mix. A lot of guys battling.
He said he hopes to get a few more big wins here this week.
Just chaos and cars over the racetrack. Kyle Larson cashing
He's gonna be flying back and forth a little bit.
adding a Joker's Jackpot win to his resume.
I don't know.
That's
Has to fit their schedule.
Six-figure paydays.
Well, they'll be practicing during the day at Dover.